Good evening to all the participants, the students. We have a actually very important, it's called as a burning topic or, the topic of the present days. Every commerce and management students are now they're looking for the very good opportunities in this technology world. So many softwares have come, so many developments have come. It is not because now accountant is recognized not only, in India, throughout the worldwide. His position in a international accountant, what we call it as a global accountant. We have a speaker, I mean, chartered accountant, Nitesh Kumar Maheskar, who is also, who is bachelor in commerce, chartered accountant, and valuation professional, financial assets class, and a focused professional in regard to report audits, bookkeeping, IFC, FR, SOX, valuation, corporate accounting, taxation, forensic audits, mm, analytics, versatile administrator, and expertise in remote transition, preparation and review of SOPs for process and managing team remotely, and highly professional in managing team and relationship building with offshore and onshore clients, and expertise in drafting documentation and presenting the findings process, expert in preparation of SOPs, organizational charts, and process flows as per the business requirement. Expertise in drafting documentation, analysis, testing, and review of business controls for IFC and departments around the sphere of multiple industries and sectors. Skilled in audit management activities, which include planning, designing of audit procedures, scope management, estimation and allocation of time and resource administration, and completion of audit. He is also skilled in working with complex and multiple data structure and analytics. An excellent team leader and player, having relationship building, relationship building, leadership, presentation, and interpersonal skills. And he is now presently uh, Assistant Vice President in Sitco Group Services LLP, that is MNC company. So now he is with us to enlighten you the opportunities in accounts and finance. I request all the students, please keep your mics on mute. At the end, if we have any interactions, we'll do that. Yes, sir. Now the floor is handed over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the introduction. Hi, all. Good evening on this very Saturday. I welcome you all. So, hope that everybody is a commerce graduate because it will be very easy for me if you guys are commerce graduates to tell whatever I know and whatever was been my sail through journey. In fact, when sir asked me about the employment opportunities and everything, so I was mostly focusing on the a part where I can share what generally people think about and what people do face. Nothing but I would say practical difficulties which are coming across for each and everybody. So I just wanted to share a couple of examples. Want to ask you also that what are your problems when you are actually going for a job or you are going for an opportunity? Are you been coming to a correct spot, or are you getting the correct opportunity or not? Be it you put your resume in any portal, or you put a resume in any company, or you go for any kind of walk-in, or there is a possibility that if you might have received a job call from a reference from a friend or from anybody. Okay, now the main question comes is, what actually are you going to serve? That is the main question. Okay, you are a finance person. Important thing is you have to understand finance means it's not a small thing. It's a huge ocean. You can sail through in any part of the ocean. It can be anything. Okay, you take an example from a smallest to smallest company to a biggest to biggest organization, and everywhere you can see that there is a finance. Okay, sir, English is fine, or should I go in the local language also? Sorry for the interruption.
No, as you wish. There's no problem, sir. Yeah,
No, the
you
thing is, I just
go
want to
the way.
understand the audience
Yeah.
perspective, because
Yes, sir.
suppose
Yes.
if English is not fine, I can even talk in Telugu or Hindi,
Telugu.
whatever is the best possible for you guys to understand.
But I
See,
think for the interviews, because it's basically for the interviews, I think this English
mhm,
part of it may be appropriate for them
mhm.
to tune their minds in that,
Okay, okay. So I'll
focusing on
be
it.
I
Okay.
will be little slow then, so that you can
Yes, yes,
understand.
yes,
And
yes.
don't fear anything. See, the thing is, you might not receive all the time a similar platform for asking any kind of question. Okay, you have any question on your mind, like why am I not getting the opportunity? Why am I not getting a call? Why am I my resume is not getting selected? Why am I not getting selected in the interview rounds? Or why there is a problem that I am not able to, get a good opportunity? Or why am I not satisfied with my job? Or there might be one more similar question, that why am I not growing? Because many people have a job, okay, they are working, but suddenly what happens is they do not have a growth. Like growth means it can be in terms of positional growth, or it can be in terms of money or bonus or anything it can be. So any questions you have it, or any prospective questions, or anything is in your mind regarding how you have to write your resume, or my resume is sufficient or not, you can ask me at this very topic. As sir said, you'll be getting a good time. I'll be definitely allocating closely likely to 10 to 15 minutes for you guys, because the most important thing is, there is a fear in everybody's mind that how things will be going on, but nobody will showcase the fear of uh, uh, they will think that, okay, my question might be not that important, it is a very generic question, so I'm not able to speak up for your question. Most important thing is, in any place or any location, okay, if you speak up, then your question will be answered. It can be a smaller question or a bigger question, it can be anything. Okay, now depends upon you how you are able to take it up. Suppose if you are open for opportunity, if you are open for understanding the thoughts, if you are open for feedback, then trust me, you are at the right place. And maybe not 1 day or 2 days, you'll definitely get a good job and a good opportunity. Plus the opportunity will be such a way that it will have a good balance in your work life balance also. Because I have seen people who are dedicating themselves towards so much towards the work for making the name and all. They are not having a proper work life balance in their life, which is affecting personally, both in terms of health as well as the family. So give equal opportunity to your family also, when you are giving an opportunity or importance towards the employment as well. Now, the most important part is, what are the employment opportunities in finance and accounts? You know that in India, there are more than, I would say, 10 plus lakh companies which are there, which are bigger to smaller to medium size. And there are more than like 30, 50 to 50, I would say more than 50 lakh companies which are in smaller size, where you will have an accounts department or a finance department which will be having like 3 4 people involved in that. Okay, so many people are there. You take up from a small store until a biggest to biggest multi corporation, or it is within India, outside India, or an organization which is set up in India for the purpose of outside. Like generally people do night shifts for the US shift or UK shift or Dublin, UK, Australia, depends upon wherever the company is sitting. Okay, see, this is what is like, you have an employment opportunity for finance. Always remember one thing, wherever you go, in the end, finance is dependent on the people. Okay, if tool comes, like it can be an SAP tool, it can be a Tally tool or Oracle tool, anything, these tools are only required to hold the information. Okay, it is not for the purpose of replacing people. To understand the tool is something which we have to do it from our side. Once you understand the tool, you will be standing out of the crowd, because that is the most important fact. You learn SAP, you will be one of the people who will be standing in the crowd. Okay, like suppose in an interview call, if the main question comes is, you should be having a prior experience in SAP, or you should be having a working knowledge in SAP, then you're done. because you know the SAP, you are there. So this is how things will be changed for learning the tools. Nowadays you have opportunities in finance. Tally is a very basic software, everybody learns it. Okay, once after the Tally, nobody will go for any other software because they think that okay, by Tally I'll be getting a good job. Answer is no. Nowadays you have to go for bigger softwares also, invest something now so that you can get the good benefits of the finance. Okay, now most importantly, always remember, wherever you go, actually I stopped in the middle, when you are recording any journal entry, there are three golden rules which never changes. Okay, all those three golden rules will be same as it is. Maybe the detailing will be different in each and every company. The currency what you are doing, the accounting might be different, or the tool what you are doing is different. But suppose if I ask any person, like you did a purchases of rupees $10,000 or 10,000 euros or 10,000 Singapore pounds. Okay, simple. What is a journal entry? The answer should be always purchases account debited to the vendor account. Okay, whatever currency it is, whatever amount it is, doesn't matter. It can be 10,000 or 10 lakhs or 10 hundred thousands or 10 crores or 100 crores, whatever it is. Amount is not a criteria for us any day. Looking at the volume and all, if you guys know, I would suggest, I share my experience. I have seen people who are managing the entire finance from scratch. Like they will put the first journal entry in the financial year till the last journal entry, and they'll be preparing the financial statements. I have seen people only working for the entire year just in one department, and that too for only 1% of the department's I would say 1% of the department's contribution. So there are like more than 100 200 people working in just purchase department, or just accounts payable department, or just accounts receivable department. Like because of the volume of the business what people are doing, that volume has to be covered by some or the other individual. That is the reason people are sitting and they are working. Now when I talk about the opportunity, okay, opportunity are very very high in number. I cannot have a full-fledged PPT for the opportunities, but at the max I can show you this. So if you are seeing my screen, then you can see that this is what is the opportunity for any person who want to do the accounting. At the max, this is what is there. Okay, this is, beyond this there is nothing. Okay, because I have tried to find out, I have tried to collate everything, then I found out that okay boss, come what may, this is the best picture I found it on the internet, and I'm just showing you guys. Okay, you might have a career in investment banking or retail banking, accountancy, tax management, consultancy, corporate law, compliance, actuarial, insurance, trading, fund management, retail banking, anything it can be. Okay, see, for a person who wants to grow in any of these fields, always remember that you have to understand the industry first. Okay, maybe it is any type of an industry, any type of a consultancy, or any type of an accounting. You understand how the things are flowing from one how transactions are flowing. In fact, I would say not things, transactions are flowing in the business. Definitely there will be business. When you call a business, then there will be something called as purchases, something called as sales, something called as cash booking, bank booking, different names, different varieties. But in the end, everything is dependent on the accountancy only. So when we want to talk about the opportunities, then these are the opportunities which are available on the broader side. Means you will be having an opportunity in investment banking. So suppose if you go for an investment banking, you might be doing a role as an investment banker. And when you call investment banker, that is a strategic decision. Okay, but as an accountant, what you can do there, you can go there, you can account for the investments. So accounting for investments, there is a separate accounting standard which is given. You have to learn the accounting for investments, how you have to maintain your current investments, how you have to maintain your long term investments. It depends upon person to person. Okay, and transaction to transaction, how should I value my investment banking. So this is how you have to do it. Now what type of an tool you'll be using for doing this? It can be any tool which supports the investment banking, or the company purchases the tool and tells you to do it. Now there are two options. The tool might be available in the market where you can learn the tool and then get into, or the tool might not be available in the market. You have to go to the organization, crack the interview, then learn the tool, ensure that you are good at it. Okay, now the first part is like, you if you have the tool available, it's great, you will be getting the job easily. Second part, if you are not having knowing the tool, then it is like you have to convince the management, telling that look boss, I might not be knowing the tool, but definitely as a part of my learning, I will be ensuring that the tool is mastered in very short span of time. This is most important, because interviewer will say, you don't know the tool, how should I select you and why should I select you? You should say that boss, look, I am interested for the job. Okay, for being that interest, I'll be definitely showing an interest to learn the tool as well. So the tool can be anything. It can be SAP tool, it can be a Oracle tool, or a Yardi tool, or Wings Focus, whatever you call it, or QuickBooks. Okay, so you have to learn that, you have to show that zeal or enthusiasm to learn the tool. Okay, that's most important. Now when it is coming to learning the tool, you have to learn one part of the tool, because nowadays the tools have become so big and so drastic that understanding the end-to-end process of the tool will be damn difficult. Okay, because today I remember that I have worked on like more than 10-15 tools. Maybe I may not be so sure, or I would say so expert in everything, but I know at least how to browse the things and how to understand the things. Suppose if a problem comes, then definitely I'll scratch my head to understand what is the problem, or I'll go to the Google and ask a question. Look, boss, what is happening with this? If this error comes, or if this has to be done in this, maybe some person on this earth is a very generous person, will definitely write the solution for that. Okay, so it will be available. Solutions are plenty, and definitely whatever error comes to you, you will be able to solve that error just by having one thing, that is nothing but your zeal and enthusiasm to learn. See, the entire topic I can talk and talk and talk, but the most important part is for you guys, you have to ensure that you are maintaining your enthusiasm levels to such an extent that suppose someone sees you and says that, "Arey boss, this guy is open to approach, and definitely I can pick him up, and I can show some confidence on him." So that tomorrow what will happen is, if that guy shows the confidence on you, you have to prove that. Okay, while proving it, you might use a lot of the other tactics wherever possible. So you might learn the tools, you might be outperforming in the market, or you might be outperforming in your company, whatever it might be. Okay, so do your best and ensure that you get a good growth. Now one thing is, always remember, I have seen some of the disadvantages, I'll tell you, in the organization, because people are not growing when they get a job. The only reason is they are just going for a job. Once the job is received, they think that, okay, done, my work is done, now I have a job, I'm done. So this I am done concept, when you have a job, will be actually showing you nothing. In fact, what will happen is, once you get a job and if you don't grow by yourself, then there will be nobody in the organization will actually push you to grow. People will think that, I get a job, I have a job, done. Suppose the job says 9 to 5 it has to be done, or 9 to 6 the job is, or 10 to 6 the job is. I'll go 10 o'clock, I'll log in at 10 o'clock, or I'll sit in the office at 10 o'clock. By 6 o'clock my time is done, it's done. It's not like that. Okay, we are not that people who are, working on a time card basis, like daily bonded laborers. Okay, we are not daily bonded laborers. Yeah, we are accountants, we are financial, I would say financial professionals. We have to reach to the solution first. Okay, reaching to the solution first through our intellect. Remember, in any organization or any kind of a setup, there will be always a standard principle for working. Suppose if you work in a bank, daily morning you have to hit the debits and credits with the same thing: customer deposits, customer withdrawals, customer deposits, withdrawals. Suppose a loan comes, loan withdrawal, loan deposit, loan withdrawal, loan deposit, same accounting transactions will flow. Suppose you go to an MNC, you'll be having multi-sphere accounting. Okay, where you'll be having different levels of accounting, different questions, and different type of reports to be published. How are you will be doing it? Suppose you say that 10 to 6 is my job, I have done it at 10 o'clock, and 6 o'clock is done. Whatever the job happens or not, I'm not concerned about it. Then the real problem comes with you is, you are not accepting yourself first to extend or become an expert. The most important thing today I see in my team as well, because I am working in an organization which is an MNC company, and I am working with people who are chartered accountants, cost accountants, and even I have become people. Also there are a couple of MBA people who are working, so everybody has got their own place. But the only thing what I lack in couple of people is the zeal and enthusiasm. They say that, okay, 10 to 6 is my job, and 6 o'clock I'm done, I'm leaving, that's it. Not required. Yeah, you don't leave at 6, you leave at 4 o'clock only, doesn't matter. Okay, but you provide the solution which is asked for. Okay, if the solution is being provided in the right manner, trust me, you don't have to sit, because accountants are not bound to answer anybody after the solution is given. It's upon the business to decide what has to be done to the solution. Okay, so I encourage people who provide a good solution, who provide a best opportunity, and who provide the deliverables which I ask for, in a different way, in a very qualitative and a prospective way. And I'll ensure that if those people are working properly, then their growth is first thought in my mind. and the second thought will be the people's growth. I'll be depending upon, the things what they do. So first I'll think, okay, this guy has done a good thing or given a good solution. He's a very dedicated person towards the accounting, and dedicated person for having on him on the team, so that he should be going forward. If he goes forward, he will become the, I would say, a role model for the people, or he will become a kind of a figure where people will be understanding. Okay, so these things are something which are very important while you are doing your job. See, just getting the job, or doing the job from mornings from 9 to 6 is not important. Okay, always remember, you provide a best solution, ensure that the work is done before the time or on time. It is not after the time always. Okay, because it's very important. If you complete your job before the time or on time, then you will be growing easily, and obviously your salaries or your bonus or your whatever, name it, you will definitely get that, and you will also grow. And this can happen even in India, outside India as well. See, when I talk about these career opportunities, it is just not restricted to India. Okay, it is like open for everybody. It's like an ocean. Every person in the world will be having the same kind of a question and same kind of a thing. Okay, now the difference between Indian people and the foreign people, foreign people are not dedicated people. They work for just earning the money and they'll just spend on spirits. But people of India, we have a lot of commitments. We spend each and every money cautiously. We'll ensure that each money spent is properly accounted for us, because we do the accounting for ourselves. Everybody is a born accountant, I would say. Okay, like early morning, suppose if my father gives me 100 rupees, in the end he'll definitely ask me, what have you done with the 100? If I'm not able to give the exact answer, that what have happened to that 100 rupees, then definitely he'll say, boss, look, you're not able to properly manage your finance. Because a small 100 rupees, if you're not able to manage, then imagine how you'll be managing the big finance concept. So it's very important for you guys to ensure that how your money is flowing, where it is flowing, what are the best places are you spending, or your spending is like way too much, or your spending is not monitored at all. Then that itself will show how much dedicated you are towards your money. And when people have been spoken about the money, everybody will be activated, because money means
Excuse
something which
me,
is.
Hitesh ji, can
Yes,
you
sir.
be a little bit slow? I think the flow is.
Sorry. Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
because
if they want to, if they want you to speak in the Telugu also, we will ask the participants. Shall we ask?
yeah,
Are
obviously,
they
sir, that's what
comfortable?
I'm asked. That's what I've
Yeah.
asked first. So should I
Yes, yes.
talk in
You can
Telugu
ask
or
them.
Hindi?
All the participants, you can put it in the chat box. So I mean, he can continue in English or Telugu also. You put it in
Anything
the
is
chat
fine
box.
for me, because see,
Yeah,
for English, it is very easy.
I know,
Flowing,
I know,
flowing,
I know.
flowing.
I'm just because you are.
Okay.
Yes, yes, participants. Somebody said
Telugu,
Telugu. Somebody said
Telugu,
Telugu. Yeah, somebody
English,
said English. Okay. Yes, sir.
English.
English.
Okay, great. So Telugu English combination ఏదో చేసుకుందాము. బట్ మై తెలుగు ఇస్ వెరీ ఫన్నీ. ఓకే, సో మధ్యలో ఏదైనా జోక్స్ అలాంటిది ఏదైనా ఉంటే ప్లీజ్ ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ. ద రీజన్ ఈజ్ ఐఎమ్ ఐ నో హౌ టు స్పీక్ తెలుగు, బట్ like some people will think that Arey, this guy is very funny when he's talking in Telugu. Okay, anything. So see, when I am talking about the career opportunities, definitely I'll speak in English and little bit of in Telugu also. But what I'll do is, most importantly, I will show you guys how you can manage your search or manage your profile on Naukri. That is most important, how you can best get the calls. Question comes always, repeated question for me is, like many of the students where I teach, or some of my colleagues or some of my people will ask me, అసలు నేను రెజ్యూమ్ అప్లోడ్ చేసిన స్టార్టింగ్ లో మస్తు కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయి, తర్వాత అసలు కాల్సే రావట్లేదు, అంటే నా రెజ్యూమ్ ఇస్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ పిక్డ్ అప్. What is the reason for not getting picking up the resume frequently, or what is the reason that I am not able to get the resume highlighted? See, the problem is every person, okay, be it you or anyone, first and foremost thing is your resume should be neat and clean. Okay, it should not have unnecessary things. నాకు గుర్తుంది, నేను జెన్పాక్ లో ఉన్నప్పుడు ఐ హ్యాడ్ లాట్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ ద ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఐ హ్యావ్ only focused on what is written in the resume. Okay, suppose a person has written, I have a working knowledge in a software which is called as BlackRock or something. Okay, Blackline, sorry, Blackline. I asked, అచ్చా చెప్పండి మీకు బ్లాక్ లైన్ గురించి ఏం తెలుసు అని. సో యు నో వాట్ ఈ సెడ్, అసలు బ్లాక్ లైన్ అంటే ఏంది? దిస్ ఇస్ వాట్ వాస్ ద కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రియాక్షన్. Now the problem is his resume. He only don't know what is there in the resume. Then how people will be questioned? Now imagine a problem. Sorry, imagine a situation like this where I am an interviewer. Other side there is a person who is an interviewer and he says that he doesn't know what is there. Now the problem is, first thing, build your resume properly. Know each and every word of the resume. Like your resume is nothing but your ticket. ఎప్పుడైనా మూవీ టికెట్ చూసారా ఎలా ఉంటుంది? It's nothing. Movie ticket is like a small piece of a paper. Okay. But have you seen the trailer anytime? Like in the trailer, they'll show some small pieces of the movie, right? Just to attract people that yes, this is the best trailer. So trailer is kind of a resume for you guys, okay? And those tickets are the people who don't care about the resumes. Because once the movie is done, we'll throw the ticket. But trailer will be always there. Okay. People they want to see the trailers will see. So ensure that your resume is speaking about you. Okay, if there is nothing to be written, if you are a fresher, full fresher, then clean and simple you write who are you first. Very important. You are an accountant, then write that you are a qualified accountant of BCom or MCom or MBA or any sphere, you write it off. That is clear. One thing, mention your education qualification in a clear cut mode. You mention the percentage or not, doesn't matter. Okay, but clear cut you mention when you have passed it. There will be breakages like 2012, 14, 15, 16, etc. years. Mention that years clean ga undali. That is very important. Okay. Third thing, everybody will write about the proficiency in language. That's okay, you write the language proficiency, that is great. Fourth thing is, ensure that your computer skills are written correctly. Now computer skills లో రాసేటప్పుడు చాలా మంది ఏం చేస్తారంటే, they will write we know how to operate windows. Great, wonderful. They also write that they know how to operate some html etc and all. I don't know what is that, but they'll write it off. Okay, that is also great. Now a biggest question comes is when people write they are good at Microsoft Office. And when I ask what is Microsoft Office, then they'll say, I know Excel, I know Word, I know PPT, I know Outlook. Four things, every day in, day out used things. I know everything. But when I see the resume, right, ఇండెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఒక సెపరేట్లో ఒక ఇండెంట్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంకో 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 లైన్ ఇంకో ఇండెంట్ ఉంటుంది. లైక్ పారాగ్రాఫ్ ఏమో అక్కడిక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది, జస్టిఫైడ్ ఉండదు. రెజ్యూమ్ స్టార్ట్ ఒక లైన్ ఒక దగ్గర నుంచి అవుతుంది, ఎండ్ ఒక దగ్గర నుంచి అవుతుంది. లైన్ స్పేసింగ్ విల్ బి టోటలీ డిఫరెంట్, ఫాంట్ డిఫరెంట్, హెడ్డింగ్స్ ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు పెడతారు. అక్కడక్కడ బోల్డ్ పెడతారు, అక్కడక్కడ ఇటాలిక్స్ లో పెడతారు, అక్కడక్కడ డిఫరెంట్ వెరైటీలోనే. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఒక క్యాలిబ్రీ ఫాంట్ ఉంది, కిందికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఏరియల్ ఫాంట్ అవుద్ది, లాస్ట్ లో వచ్చేటప్పుడు హై హియర్ బై సో అండ్ సో కన్సెంట్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు that will be something which is in Arial font. So all different fonts. Some people use multiple colored fonts also. That is also allowed. See, your resume, you can write anything. Okay, there is no restriction in color, format or combination. But Miru, when you are following the writing a resume, ensure that at least the font is correct across the resume. Same font. Size of the font is very important. Miru oka size oka దగ్గర 10, oka దగ్గర 12, oka దగ్గర 11 పెడతారు. It will look very odd when a person sees the resume and you write yourself that you are good at Microsoft Office. How can you say that you are good at Microsoft Office when your resume does not talk about it? See, when a person sees a piece of a paper whose resume is written, చాలా మంది కాపీ చేస్తారు resume from the internet. మంచిది చేయండి, it's not at all restricted to copy nicely. If you know how to copy the best resume, copy it. Nobody will ask you a question. Bullet points use చేస్తారు చాలా మంది, ఇట్లా arrows వస్తాయి, triangular arrows, not required. You just mention a single dot or point number 1, point number 2, point number 3 if you are mentioning the bullet points. Or పాయింటర్స్లో ఏమైనా రాయాలి అంటే సబ్ పాయింటర్స్ ఉంటే స్మాల్ ఏ స్మాల్ బి స్మాల్ సి యూస్ చేయండి. అది చాలా నీట్గా ఉంటుంది అండ్ ద రెజ్యూమ్ విల్ లుక్ ప్రొఫెషనల్. ఓకే, like it will not be like the same all resumes. Like suppose 10 people browse the internet, 10 people copy the resume, 10 people paste it. I have the same 10 resumes in my front of the board on my table. What will I do with the resume? I'll just see, okay, same resumes are there, better I'll not use the resumes, I'll keep that resumes aside and I'll say call the candidate directly, I'll sit and talk to the candidate only. Okay, a resume నేను చూడను. So it is like you are at least a ticket for the interview is nothing which is useless or worthless. Okay, so ensure that when you are writing the resume, font is properly picked up and from beginning to the end the font should be same. Okay, line spacing, indent, paragraph, justified line, or when you are writing a box In that box, if you are mentioning the year of passing, university, college or school, or year of or percentage of marks, everything that should be written clearly. Okay, if you write clearly, then things will be flowing properly. ఆ బాక్స్ కూడా ఇండెంట్ ఒక ప్రాపర్ గా ఉండాలి ఒక లైన్ లో. సపోజ్ అది రాకపోతే keep a scale and do the indenting. Okay, problem లేదు. Until you write a best resume for yourself or best ticket for your job, you will not get a good opportunity. Remember that. Okay, font మొత్తం చూసుకోవాలి. And in the end, this is must and mandatory thing to be done is spelling and grammar check చేసుకోవాలి. కంపల్సరీ ఆ స్పెల్లింగ్ అండ్ గ్రామర్ చెక్ హ్యాస్ టు బి డన్. ఎందుకంటే చాలా సార్లు నేను చూశాను, when people write the words, what will happen, చిన్న చిన్న మిస్టేక్స్ అక్కడక్కడ జరుగుతాయి. that is a common thing. ఎందుకంటే we are human beings, we are bound to do the mistake. But knowing that there is a mistake and we are not correcting the mistake is a big sin. Sin అంటే పాపం. Okay, because you talk about your resume, you talk about how your resume looks. Then suppose if your resume shows that there are 10 mistakes in the resume, means you are ignoring the mistakes and just going forward. Ignorance is not the key, answer is solution to the mistake is the problem. Okay, డూ ఏ స్పెల్లింగ్ అండ్ గ్రామర్ చెక్. వర్డ్లో ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది, ఆప్షన్ తెలియకపోతే పర్వాలేదు, F7 కీ ఇస్ ద బటన్, ప్రెస్ ఇట్ ఆన్ F7. ఇట్ క్యాన్ బి మైక్రోసాఫ్ట్ ఆఫీస్లో ఎక్కడైనా, ఎనీ ప్లేస్, ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎ స్పెల్లింగ్ మిస్టేక్, జస్ట్ ప్రెస్ దట్ F7 బటన్, స్పెల్లింగ్ అండ్ గ్రామర్ చెక్ ట్యాబ్ ఓపెన్ అవుతుంది. ఆ ట్యాబ్లో మీరు చెక్ చేసుకోండి హౌ యు నో వాట్ ఈస్ ద కరెక్ట్ వర్డ్ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ద రాంగ్ వర్డ్. It can also solve you the problem. Suppose ఎప్పుడైనా ఏదైనా వర్డ్ డబల్ క్లిక్ అయింది, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ you are typing I am the so and so, da 2 times type అయింది. Okay, that da will be deleted. You have to do it manually only, but when you check it, then your resume will be free from errors. Clear, resume done, wonderful, everything is wonderful. Now the good thing is your resume is done. Now the important thing is you go and you put the resume in the Naukri or Monster or Times Jobs or any Glassdoor, LinkedIn, wherever there is an opportunity, you put the resume. Okay, but when you go to the Naukri, most important point is, I have heard this people. Okay, Naukri lo resume create చేస్తారు. Let me do one thing, let me share my screen for naukri.com. Okay, maybe ఇది ఆపేస్తాను for 2 minutes and I'll go to this is naukri.com. You guys can see my screen, right? Yeah, so see, this is the naukri.com. For example, if I want to search a job for an accountant, what will I type here? I'll just type accountant. Okay, and I'll select the years of experience. For example, fresher, I want to select the location as Hyderabad. I'll search. Okay, now I have searched it. Now this search results will start displaying what is happening. Now remember guys, when you are putting your resume also, you have to pick up the right words. Keywords అనేది ఒకటి ఉంటుంది in the resume profile. Okay, like in the Naukri profile, keywords మీరు కరెక్ట్ గా యూస్ చేస్తే, ఆ కీవర్డ్ సర్చ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ఆ హెచ్ఆర్ కన్సల్టెంట్ ఉండనివ్వండి, ఆర్ ద పర్సన్ హూ ఈస్ రిక్రూటింగ్ ఫర్ ద బిజినెస్, మేబీ ద డైరెక్ట్ హెచ్ఆర్స్ ఆర్ ద కన్సల్టెంట్ హెచ్ఆర్స్, ఎనీథింగ్ కెన్ బి పాసిబుల్, రైట్? They will be directly putting the keywords like this. Okay, for example, if they want a person and the person he is for the purpose of let me take an example. I need a person for investment banking. Okay, so I will write like this, investment banker. I'll press enter. So for only related investment banking నాకు వస్తున్నాయి జాబ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్. మీన్స్ ద మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ ఇస్ యూ, ఇక్కడ మనకు జాబ్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయి ఆన్ ద స్క్రీన్. Similarly, you also, when you are writing the keywords, mention the correct keywords. If you want a job as an accountant in any industry, then you put the word keyword as accountant. Okay, that is most important. If that is not done, trust me, you will get the call, like కాల్ సెంటర్ నుంచి వస్తాయి కాల్స్, లైక్ సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ కన్సల్టెన్సీ విల్ కాల్ అండ్ సే దట్ మా దగ్గర చిన్న ఆపర్చునిటీ ఉంది, చేస్తారా వచ్చి మా దగ్గరికి రండి, మేము జాబ్ ఇస్తాము, ఎట్సెట్రా ఎట్సెట్రా ఎట్సెట్రా. ఆల్ అన్నెసెసరీ కాల్స్ విల్ కమ్. Keep the keywords clear, only then you will be getting those clear cut calls. So Meru, if you want to get an accountant job or an analyst job or a financial analyst, or if you want to get it in finance, then mention a finance and accounts, or mention as an accountant, or mention finance clearly, so that when the person who is sitting on the other side, like he might be a person who is an HR or a consultant, వాళ్ళకి ఈ కీవర్డ్స్ తోనే సర్చ్ చేస్తారు. నా ఇంపార్టెంట్, ఇప్పుడు కీవర్డ్స్ తో మీ రెజ్యూమ్ మ్యాచ్ అయింది అంటే then they will open the resume, because Naukri-lo maybe ఇప్పటి వరకు there might be more than 1 crore resumes open. Okay, ఆ 1 crore లో మీ రెజ్యూమ్ ఎక్కడ కనిపిస్తుంది వాళ్ళకి? Obviously it is like searching for a gold in a gold mine, okay, which is very difficult. So that is the most important thing, is use the correct keywords. So once your keywords are correct, resume will be picked up. And after picking up the resume also, you like you, there might be several other people will be putting the right keywords. But for 10 resumes, they will be again refiltering with the whatever you have written in the Naukri profile. Keep your Naukri profile 100%. And my suggestion is, if you want to get good calls, means keep the keywords open. Second thing is, నేను resume ఇప్పుడు upload చేశాను, ఫస్ట్ వీక్ 10 days వరకు చాలా బాగా కాల్స్ వచ్చినాయి, ఎవ్రీబడి ఈజ్ హ్యాపీ, ఓకే. బట్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫైయింగ్. 11th day, 12th day, suddenly people stopped calling, or 15th day some one call will come. Like, what is happening? I'm not getting the calls. What is the reason for that? Answer is, me resume is becoming older now. Like for a Naukri, any resume more than 7 to 10 days is old. So your profile will get older. Nobody will search for that. So what you have to do is simply log into your Naukri profile, open your resume, delete the resume existing, upload the same resume again. This activity every 5 days you do it once. Remember, every 5 days you do it once. Log into Naukri profile. If you have a mobile application, go to mobile application, resume place lo unna దగ్గర ఉన్న resume delete చేయండి and re-upload your resume. Fresh resume. Or do one thing, add some skill or add some keyword, etc. and save it. ఇలా చేస్తే your profile will again come to the top. Okay, there is a see, this website does not understand who are you until something is posted on the website. Take an example of Facebook also. You post something on the Facebook, it will appear on the top. Once the people start posting, your resume, your post will be going down, 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 and be disappearing completely after 24 hours. So like that, things will be, you keep on refreshing the things, you will be on the top. You put a status on WhatsApp, it will be on the top. Put 10 on the top, 20 top. As much as frequently you update it, that much frequency level your resume will get refreshed. Now what has to be done for the update? Simple. ఒక రెజ్యూమ్ కాపీ పెట్టుకోవాలి, ఆ కాపీ ఏంటంటే ఉన్న రెజ్యూమే మళ్ళీ మళ్ళీ అప్లోడ్ చేయాలి. దట్స్ ఇట్. And people, I have seen some people have waited for 1 month, some people have waited for 2 months, and they got a wonderful opportunity, okay, by doing this activity only. Simple activity, just deleting the resume, re-uploading the resume. Nothing is wrong in that, okay. That you are, this is your profile, you did it, okay. Maybe you might get repetitive calls also, no issues. Some Naukri person or some HR consultant who did not see your resume is now seeing the resume for the fresh. Is an opportunity, right? This is a good thing that you have your resume updated always, okay. So this is my tip for everybody or every student I share it, that you frequently delete the resume uploaded and re-upload it. It will nothing, 5 minutes job, only 5 minutes. If it is a mobile application, it will be 2 minutes only, okay. Now I'll be sharing this couple of questions which I shared it in the previous meetings also. Like, these are the 5 6 questions which are very 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 frequently asked. Like, tell me about yourself, why you currently leaving your job, then you have, where do you want to see yourself in 5 years, what are your salary expectations, and do you have any questions for us? In this 4 5 questions, people will be deciding who are you, okay. The first question, which is the tell me about yourself or introduce yourself, or tell me something about you, etc etc, or introduction, this itself will solve who are you basically. Now most important thing is, when you actually explain yourself, first thing is, I have seen this very frequently. 9 out of 10 candidates will say, hi, my name is Nitesh. I have the resume in front of me, I know that you are Nitesh, still you will start telling that, hi, I am Nitesh. This is not required here. I know you are Nitesh already. This will show the confidence level of you. This will show that you have prepared in a wrong way or giving a wrong message. It's better you start something which is about you. See, when you are actually going for an interview, explaining yourself for an interview, you have to explain yourself. Who are you basically? You do basically the name or the citation, etc. is not important. Explain, like, what are you, where do you fit in the organization, okay. Now there is an opportunity which is listed, which says that an accountant is needed or a finance executive is needed for so accounts payable or a accounts receivable or a distribution process, anything, okay. So you have to explain yourself. You have to say that, look boss, I'm a commerce graduate, okay, and I have qualified my bachelor's of commerce in so and so year. Post which, suppose if you have any experience, you share that. Tell that you have been working for so and so company. Now most importantly, when a person says that I have been working in a company, I have asked personally, okay, to a lot of interviews that, okay, tell me, what did you do in the company? They said that I was working in the finance department. I said, exactly, what did you do? Then they don't know what to answer. Now the problem comes is, they really are not prepared for it. Okay, now again, more simplest question is, okay, fine, if you don't remember, not an issue. Next question comes is, just tell me, early morning you go to the office. Okay, you might or might not log it into the system, but morning, suppose 10 o'clock your company starts or office starts, at exactly at 6 o'clock you'll be coming out of the office. Morning 10 to 6, what have you done? Explain me that. Okay, simply explain me what have you done in this morning 10 to 6 time. You might have done something, right? You might have said, you might have given, drank some coffee, etc. Anything. Tell me whatever you have done. Now the most important point is, I am not asking him what he's actually doing. My most important intention is to understand what that guy is, and to understand whether the person who is sitting in front of me is confident about answering things. Okay, now when you start explaining your daily routine, then people will understand, okay, this guy is very very cautious about what he is doing. The most important thing, showing the caution towards the job and showing the responsibility will mostly help you. That is very important as well. Okay, so simple thing is, if you are experienced person and if you don't explain what are you doing in the previous organization, then there is something which is wrong with, the job which you're doing. Okay, or something which is wrong with the way you are attending the interview. You are not serious about the interview. Then that is what the expectation do comes. Okay, so suppose if you want to answer this question about tell me about yourself, then I have highlighted this couple of things how you should answer the tell me about yourself slide. Simple, you give the answer in this way. Okay, now this is how. S stands for skill, E stands for education, A for achievements, and T is a type of person. So if I take SEAT in the seat format, I recommend this format to everybody, whoever wants to answer this question about tell me about yourself. Then I'll tell them, see, read this and just prepare an answer like what type of a person you're. First, explain your skill, and skill is exactly to match the job description. Then tell about your education, then tell about your achievements if you have any. Then in the achievement, suppose if you are a fresher, then tell about something which you have done in your school time, college time, inter time, anything. Okay, anything is possible. Now in the end, just type the person you are. Tell what type of person you are you a hardworking person, or you give some importance to any family members, or you give importance to the family, or you are a motivated person, hard worker, smart worker, believer, etc etc. You can pick up the words and you can start explaining the things. Okay, this actually makes your introduction more positive, because you're talking about your skills, that you say that, you look boss, I have the relevant skills for the job. Second thing is, including that skills, I have the relevant education for that particular job. Okay, so you say that I have a relevant skill, like I am a BCom graduate with so and so etc and all. I am computer proficient, I know MS Office properly, I have I have a good people skill, I am a good team member or a good team leader, etc. Then you can say that, alongside with this, I have a good education which will support all this. Then you say that, in my previous organizations or in my previous life tenure, I have achieved so and so, so and so, so and so. Then you can say that, overall I am a type of a person who gives importance towards family and personal life, and I'm a good person with a good word, so I keep always positive, I always keep myself motivated, etc etc. You can speak. So this is how you have to introduce yourself, rather than not just telling that hi, my name is Nitesh Kumar, I have qualified BCom, I have become chartered accountant afterwards. Then later on, I have worked with so and so company. Now I'm going for a job. Sir, my job is very important and I am actually going for so and so, so and so. Not required, yeah. Who wants to ask you what is there? Why do you want to explain? Why do you need a job? It's important that there is a job. You have actually asked for the job. Now the important thing is, I am sitting and I'm explaining myself that I am the person who is requiring the job, because I am more qualified for that job. You can ignore all the other candidates and take me. And why to take me? You have to tell them straightforward. Remember always, the person who is doing the interview is a human being, and the person who is getting interviewed also is human being. Fear is the biggest problem between these two people. Okay, so the interview will always have the interview fear. Don't worry. At the max, I would say, at the max, down to the ground, you will be rejected. Apart from that, nothing will happen. You can go to one more company and definitely go for an interview. Doesn't matter, it might not be the company you might be interviewing for. Okay, at the max you'll be rejected. Best thing is, ensure that you give the interview happily with proper positivity. Then definitely the result might be good. Okay, and I want to share something about the strengths and weaknesses. Chala mandi chala strengths chala weaknesses rastaru in the resume. Those are mostly related to personal. Who cares about your personal strengths and weaknesses? Just tell me. When I am actually asking for a job and you say that my strength is my family, my weakness is gulab jamun, double ka mitta biryani, etc., why should I care about that? Yeah, simple thing. You are coming for a job opportunity, right? So the important thing is, what is your strength in terms of work, what is your weakness in terms of work. Maybe you might not be having a you might not be having a proper knowledge about the tool. That is your weakness. So you say that you are not multitasking, or you are like micromanagement things are not happening. So, suppose someone comes and say, please ఇది కొంచెం చేసి పెట్టు, I cannot say no to that person. These are some weaknesses which are important in terms of work, not just biryani and etc. Okay, because something which is a strength is towards the job, something which is weakness is towards the job only. Nothing personal has to be written or spoken during the interview. Remember that always. Okay, because a person who starts telling that my strength is my friend, my family, my brothers, and my role models are like Mr. APJ Abdul Kalam and Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi, etc. Arey yaar, why do I need it? You are doing a finance job, you are not doing anything which is very political, right? So remember that we don't need that type of a person, okay? Like, who is valuing the other person, who is not able to understand his own strength and his own weaknesses when it is coming to finance, when it is coming to the job. So when he is not knowing about himself, he will not be able to explain it. My suggestion is, sit. Maybe 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, it can be even a week. Sit, understand what is your strength, understand what is your weakness in terms of doing a job. Like when you want to take an interview forward, or when you want to crack an interview, important thing is how you are ensuring that your strength and weaknesses talk about the job, only about the job, and only about the job. It is not your personal, because the person who is sitting on the other side is the interviewer. He is not at all concerned about your personal strengths and weaknesses. Very important point. You have this meeting recorded. Maybe sir will be putting this on YouTube. You will have all the strengths and weaknesses as of YouTube. Pick up the relevant skills or strengths or weaknesses from this, put it in your resume, doesn't matter. Okay, or you can even do Google, but never put something which is personal and personal and personal. Nobody will be interested to know whether you like the biryani or not. Okay, that's most important. So that's all I have related to little bit of careers and finance. And acha, one more thing I wanted to show you. Okay, people oftenly go for interviews. Okay, and they will say that if there is a walk-in, I'm not able to understand. So do one thing. If you want to know where is the walk-in which is very active and which is very relevant, then go to Naukri. In this search time, just click walk-in and press enter. You will be having walk-ins for different varieties here, and they will even mention the dates. Okay, so that you can even have, see, Sutherland, this is for voice process. Voice we don't need it. Okay, this is for non-voice process. Now here you can do the further search. Let me just do a further search. You can go to view more here, and you can keep the straightforward accounting and taxation. So these are the very active. So retail, B2C sales is also one, banking is operation is also there. Let me select these three now and see where the walk-ins. Okay, so this is that Vijayawani Limited. There is sales and marketing executive required. Walk-in interview for an associate acquisition manager. This is for bank. And then you have a customer service executive for a voice process. So these type of walk-ins you will be able to know properly when you search it. Okay, spend some time, have a walk-in done, search properly, then go for a walk-in. And never go for a walk-in if it is hosted any other by any other person. It should be the relevant company only, then only you do the walk-in. There will be a lot of consultancy firms will be selling that it's a walk-in, but don't go for the traps. Don't never encourage consultancy people who will say that come to our office, we will be giving you a job, etc. No, not required. Yeah, Naukri portal is so huge, so bigger. If it is needed, then company will come to Naukri, and then they'll be picking up the candidates. They will never go to third party consultants. That is most important. Third party consultants will never offer you a good job, remember that. Okay, so you go check, you do your analysis before you getting into a good job, and then ensure that you are getting a good job. Now Naukri is also offering premium services. I actually don't know whether the premium services are good or bad, but I have never tried it. But for sure, when I wanted a job, I post my resume on Naukri. I do the refresh all the time, and trust me, for getting a good job, it took me 8 months. And I waited for 8 months. Now I'm having a good job. I'm not complaining about it. Maybe sometimes I have to work more. That is not a problem. Okay, I'll do it. But the thing is, I'm at least comfortable enough now, so that I can do anything else if I want to do. So this is the most important thing I wanted to share. Maybe this discussion is ఎలా అంటే చెప్పుకుంటూ పోతే చాలా మంది అంటారు ఆ ఏడికేముంది మంచిగా చెప్తానే ఉంటాడు అని. ఓకే, దట్స్ ఓకే. బట్ ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు హియర్ ఫ్రమ్ యూ గైస్ ఆల్సో, వాట్ ఆర్ యువర్ ప్రాక్టికల్ డిఫికల్టీస్? అంటే మీరు maybe when you are going for a job opportunity or when you are going for anything, what are your problems? You can just ask me. I'll try to explain my experiences for you. Okay, you can unmute everybody and you can start asking the
Yes,
questions,
yes,
sir.
yes. All of them, they can, yeah, yeah. Open. And one thing I wanted to share with you,
Yes, sir.
sir, you mentioned a very good point. Many of the people are missing that in their preparation of their biodata, or they called as a CV. I
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to share it, my experience. I'm talking about in the 80s. I would have attended 100 interviews. It's not a joke. I used to get, because it was my passion to attend the interviews. I used to get all the interview calls. Why? Because I used to have is my handwriting was very good. I used to send handwritten by data. Accountant at that time, no computers. Am I correct? No computers
True,
and all.
true.
That was the
Computer
reason.
started in
Use it to make
2000s.
a very good
Yeah.
out of. I'm telling you, one company called as Fans. Okay, I don't
Yeah,
mind
I
this
remember that,
technology.
sir. We have the fan still.
Out of 5,000 applications, my application in the interview, I mean, the accounts man, he kept it separately. And then he said, I kept it separately. They were all, appreciating. So that's the reason I'm just, you see, it is a practically whatever he also mentioned, has to have a neat by data, and also has to, whatever you have stated in that, you should be able to speak on that and then present before them. That's a very good point. I mean, he has already mentioned, he given you the tips also how to prepare. Now, if you have it, and one thing, as a global accountant, you are not looking the opportunities only in Hyderabad or other side, other Bombay or Delhi. You have opportunities throughout the worldwide. You need to have a tools, he said, and he's an expert in that SAP accounting. So he wants to, share with us about the training and online training we are going to start. It is an SAP accounting also. He'll be there once. So we are preparing for that, and that will be our only thing is to help you, make you as a good practical accountant, and also you get the jobs and settle down. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. So
So
for
we
SAP,
will,
yes.
this formulate, that is this online for SAP accounting, also online SAP accounting, that we share it with you. Now, if you have any queries, you can feel free to ask him. Open up the mic
Yeah.
and ask, and then close
Yep.
it. Yes. చెప్పండి అడగండి.
సో ఎస్ఏపి కోసం చెప్పాలి అంటే మై వే ఇస్ టీచింగ్ డిఫరెంట్ దాన్
Yeah.
ద మార్కెట్. ఓకే,
Yes.
ఐ విల్
Because you are
ఎన్షూర్ దట్.
practically doing that. Yes.
ఎస్, ఐ విల్ ఎన్షూర్ దట్ ఎవ్రీ పర్సన్ వాళ్ళ దగ్గర కంప్యూటర్ ఉంటే ఆ కంప్యూటర్లో ఎస్ఏపి ఉండాలి, వాళ్ళ దగ్గర యూజర్ ఐడి పాస్వర్డ్ ఉండాలి, ప్రాక్టీస్ కోసం టైం ఉండాలి, ప్లస్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి ప్రాక్టీస్ అండ్ ఇట్ హ్యాస్ టు బి షోన్ టు మీ. దట్ ఈస్ హౌ ఐ డిజైన్డ్ ఎ కోర్స్ అండ్ కరెంట్లీ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ ఇట్. మెనీ స్టూడెంట్స్ హ్యావ్ టేకెన్ ది ఆపర్చునిటీ and they have done it. So I am giving them a 6 months demo software which will allow you to do anything. Okay,
Yeah.
and
You can.
material as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Somebody wants to interact, please.
yeah, please.
Hello. Nobody? Yes.
Any questions, practical, non-practical, anything you can ask. Okay.
అదే
Yes.
నేను ఇంతకు ముందు ఒకసారి
Uh,
ఎస్ఏపిలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను కానీ 10 years అవుతుంది మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు వర్షన్ చేంజ్ అయ్యి ఉంటుంది కదా
మేడం నేను ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అడుగుతాను, సింపుల్ క్వశ్చన్, మీరు ఆన్సర్ చేయండి. 10 years బ్యాక్ మీ దగ్గర ఒక మొబైల్ ఫోన్ ఉండేనా? అది ఒక రిలయన్స్ లాంటిది లేకపోతే మోటరోలా, కరెక్ట్? మీరు
ఎస్
బాగానే యూజ్
సార్
చేశారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు మీ చేతిలో ఆండ్రాయిడ్ ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు కూడా బాగానే
ఎస్
యూజ్
సార్
చేస్తున్నారు కదా. సో వాట్ మేడ్ ద డిఫరెన్స్? ఇట్ ఈస్ ద నీడ్. ఓకే, అప్పుడు కూడా సెల్ ఫోన్ ఉంది, ఇప్పుడు కూడా ఉంది. సిమిలర్ లైక్ దట్, ఎస్ఏపి వాస్ దేర్ దట్ టైమ్, నౌ ఆల్సో వీ హ్యావ్ ది ఎస్ఏపి. మేడం, వన్ థింగ్ యూ రిమెంబర్, వాట్ ఎవర్ వాస్ దేర్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్క్రాచ్ is still there in the SAP. Now some new features added like Android or like Apple, nothing. That is the only difference. We should not
Oh,
degrade anything about ourselves. Okay, first thing is that మీకు
okay.
చాలా తొందరగా వస్తుంది. ఇన్ఫాక్ట్ చెప్పాలి అంటే లైక్ అదర్ స్టూడెంట్స్ దే హావ్ టు లెర్న్ ఫ్రమ్ ద స్క్రాచ్.
నేను మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవ్వచ్చా కొత్త వెర్షన్స్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి?
ఆబ్వియస్లీ మేడం, మార్కెట్లో ఏది అవైలబుల్ ఉంది మీకు, యూ కెన్ డూ దాట్. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ జస్ట్ చేంజింగ్ ద ఆండ్రాయిడ్ వర్షన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ 13 to 14, 14 to 15 అంతే మేడం. దాట్స్ ద ఓన్లీ డిఫరెన్స్. ఓకే,
ఓకే సార్.
మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ మీరు వెన్ యూ ఆర్ లెర్నింగ్ యువర్ ప్రాక్టీస్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఓకే, మీరు ఎంత బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తే మీకు అంత బాగా గ్రిప్ వస్తుంది సాఫ్ట్వేర్ పైన.
ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ సార్?
సార్ అయితే ఇప్పుడు ప్రస్తుతం
Ma-
డిజైన్ చేస్తున్నారు కోర్స్ ఒకటి.
We
సో
will
ఆ
share
కోర్స్
it with you.
ప్రకారంగా
Yeah.
యా
We share.
ఆన్లైన్ సెషన్స్ అనే. యప్.
Others?
Hello,
Yes.
Hello.
చెప్పండి. Yeah.
sir.
Who is it? మీ పేరు చెప్పండి. పేరు చెప్పి మాట్లాడండి.
Sir, Vaibhav
Hello.
here.
Okay, Vaibhav.
యా
Tell
వైభవ్.
me.
Sir, SAP and SAP FICO is different or same?
సార్ ఇలా చెప్పాలి అంటే ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎస్ఏపి మీన్స్ ఇట్స్ అ నేమ్. ఎస్ఏపిలో ఫీకో ఉంటుంది, ఎబాప్ ఉంటుంది, రియల్ టైమ్ డెవలప్మెంట్ ఉంటుంది, మీకు ఇంకా కంట్రోలింగ్ ఉంటుంది. ఇవన్నీ డిఫరెంట్ బ్రాంచెస్. ఓకే, సో ఫీకో అనేది స్పెసిఫికలీ ఫర్ ఫైనాన్స్ అండ్ అకౌంట్స్ పీపుల్ ఓన్లీ. అండ్ ఇవన్నీ లైక్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్లో యూనో హెచ్ఆర్ ఉంటుంది, డిఫరెంట్ డిఫరెంట్ మాడ్యూల్స్ ఉంటాయి. డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ కోర్స్ టు కోర్స్ లైక్ బీటెక్ వాళ్ళకి అందరికీ దాంట్లో స్పేస్ ఉంది అలా. ఓకేనా, సో ఎస్ఏపి is like overall, FICO is restricted to finance and accounts. Okay,
Sorry, in this I wanted to just make one point.
yeah, sure, sir.
SAP FICO, FI stands for financial accounting, CO stands for controlling. Am I correct?
Yes sir, perfect.
Okay. So that's the reason these people, I mean, they are into only accounting, financial accounting as a end user course. We're not for a
Yes,
software part of it. So many
no
people are
problem.
getting confused. They go to the software companies, they're joining them into software without having any idea about it. Am I? So that's the reason
That is real true.
we need to give them a clarity that whatever we are training them as a SAP financial accounting as a end user.
End user, correct. మీరు
Yes, sir.
ఇమాజిన్ చేయండి ఒక సిచ్యువేషన్. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీబడి. ఫర్
Yeah.
ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీరు ఒక షాపింగ్ మాల్కి వెళ్తారు, యూ జస్ట్ స్టాండ్ ఇన్ ద షాపింగ్ మాల్. ఓకే, ఎట్ ద బిల్లింగ్ కౌంటర్, వన్ పర్సన్ విల్ టేక్ ద మనీ, complete the transaction. He will give you a delivery slip. When he completes the transaction, two things will be done. One, he will be completing a sale. Second, he'll be receiving the money. Yeah, sorry, Vaibhav, did you say something?
No, I have not said somebody. Okay.
Yeah,
So
it is good for. My question is, it is good for knowledge and for going. If I go to other job, it is very useful. No, SAP or SAP FICO.
To be very frank with you, 70% of the entire world accounts is running on SAP. 70%, I
whereas,
would say.
yeah,
Out of
big
that,
com-
10% is on Tally. That is only in India. Rest 20% is QuickBooks, Oracle, etc. 70%. You just open up Google, just type what is the SAP share of finance. They will say 70% straight away computers are running on SAP.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yep. I think someone was asking something question in the middle.
yes. Sir, we are also this QuickBooks part of it also we are planning. That is the
Okay.
reason. So the QuickBooks, SAP, MSID, isn't it? So all these things, when they have a financial practical accounting background, and then the computers, they have to have this exposure so that they can get a job in accounts and finance anywhere. They have the opportunities.
Sir, I
Am
would
correct?
suggest to go for SAP because QuickBooks is not
Sir,
in
I
India, sir,
had
today.
question.
Yeah.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yeah, only for Dubai. Hello.
Yeah, please ask.
Yeah. My name is Sayeda Ghazala Fatima.
Okay.
I have completed my MBA finance. I have a lot of gaps in my study, and now I'm doing that practical accountancy. It's very
Okay.
helpful for that in the uh, in the organization. any other organization?
See, madam, Institute of Practical Accountancy will definitely give you a full-fledged exposure of how things are running practically in the world. Okay. Now, second thing is, since you said that you have a
Yeah.
gap, now the most important part is not explaining what do you know, explaining why the gap is. Because in the interviewer, people will be like accustomed to ask you, madam, you have a gap. Is it because of any personal reasons or is it
I
because
don't
of due
have
to?
any experience. Yeah,
Yeah. So then
I
in
don't
that
have any
case,
experience. But
in that
we can apply. In
obviously,
we
madam,
can apply, sir.
there is lot of opportunity. See, if person doesn't have experience means he's a fresher, right? Obviously, maybe the knowledge gap is there
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you are actually now having a full-fledged course and you're going through, so you'll get the practical things about it. And
Mhm.
then when you go, just apply like a fresher, and maybe 10 out of 9 companies might reject you, one
Mhm.
company might definitely select you, right? So that should be the positivity always. Okay, that if you, people are getting
Somebody,
frequently rejected, should not be taking that as a hopeless thing. Okay.
They have the possibilities
thank
to
you,
see
sir.
the cup, yeah,
Yes,
with
obviously,
the
sir,
training.
full-fledged opportunities are there. Sir, one thing I would like to tell
Yeah.
here in India, candidates are not measured in terms of how they are or how many years they have waited for the job. It is most important how dedicatedly they are working.
Yes, they educated with their
That's most
skills.
important. That is
Skills,
more
yes.
important, sir.
Yes,
So
sir,
that's
yes.
yes.
Shall we close the session? I think it's already taken.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, please just ask,
Thank you.
or we can just
Yeah,
close the
they
question.
can. And then I request all the participants. You had a wonderful session. Actually, I mean, he's a, in the MNC company, he's in the the position of vice president. It's in the highest position. He knows he would have interviewed so many people. He knows the psychology of the interviewers. So that's the reason he shared with us all the details, and we are planning to develop your skills. So whatever we are all here to help you. So thank you, and it's our duty. All of you open up the mics and please give him a big hand. Thank him.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, all.
Thank you so much, sir.
Clap hands, all of
Thank you
you.
so much.
All of
Thank
you.
you very
Please
much.
clap
Thank you,
hands.
sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Counting groups.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. All of you. All of you. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.